Jenna, and then we'll start with questions.
Playing against Arkansas it's a different animal. From the way they play to the stuff that comes from the bench, it's constant and it's for 90 minutes. And I'm really proud of our team for staying the course and playing the game, focusing on the game, right? Because there could have been a lot of moments where the emotion got to us and the stuff got to us, but we were pros. Our kids were pros, as they have been throughout their whole careers, and as a result, they won the game. And really proud of them for that. Tough game, right? Arkansas, they pose problems, right? They make it tough to play. And they're good on the counter and they're good on throw-ins and corners and all that stuff. But again, in those moments, our kids battled. They wanted to win tonight, and they met the challenge, the unique challenge of playing this team. And once again, for the 12th time, I think, this season, we scored a goal off of a Jenna corner kick. That's an amazing stat. That's a big deal. So, and then I don't know the numbers, but once again, this one came up huge in the NCAA tournament. And I'm a lucky guy to be sitting between the two of them.
What did Arkansas do in the first 30, 35 minutes of action to try to attack you guys and just kind of dictate terms to a degree?
Well, their bench screamed a lot. Their staff screamed a lot. They got in our face, right? They played forward. They pressed us high, right? 3-5-2, right? Two center forwards in our center backs' faces and wide midfielders, into our wide backs, and and we happened to be defending the half where their bench was, and the only word is, honestly, it's circus, right? It's a circus. But then when we found the moments to just spread them out a little bit and play, we were really good, and we created some really dangerous chances in that first half. And then we just talked about it at halftime that, hey, look, here we are, right? Different animal, right? Playing against Arkansas is a different challenge, right? A unique challenge. And we're here, we're 0-0. We had some great moments. We got to meet the challenge, those different unique challenges when they meet us, but we've got to be emotionally tough and physically tough and find the moments to play soccer and beat them. And they did it. Did it in the second half and created a number of chances. We were dangerous. We thought we had them on the ropes, and we were close to getting a second, right? Which obviously would have been nice. But as I said, I told them after the game, like, everything that they've achieved this fall has been hard, right? They've earned it. And so it's, in some ways, this is easy to say after the fact. It's kind of cool we won 1-0 because we had to battle till the end and hold them off. And so proud of this group.
Jen, I think you guys have made it this far every year you've been here, I think. When they were taking it to you in the first half, did that experience kind of help you guys get through it and not crack under that pressure?
I think that with the success we had last year, we're lucky in that we're a very experienced group. So we know how to handle some toughness and some adversity. So I think although we were a little shaken up by their pressure in the first half, we were able to collect ourselves and be confident in ourselves and in each other, and able to have a better second half.
Jenna, on that corner kick, was there any strategy with where you placed it, and what did you kind of see with how it kind of went?
Yeah, the corner left my foot, and I got, oh my god, that was not good. And I think just luck had it that it went in. That was not on purpose. I usually try to go for it in the air to get a header from Yachts or Joe, but yeah, I think it was just soccer gods with us today.
But what you do is, I don't know the exact number. I can't read without my glasses. 5.
Where do you look? Oh yeah, 5.
5, and all 5 in the second half, right? So they were under it, right? And we were putting it on them, and that stress, right, is probably what led to some of the fortune she's talking about. And so total credit to our team for creating those moments, right? You create your own luck, and our kids did that.
Cristina, you're collecting clean sheets here. When you have a game like this where you're under pressure so much in the first half, are you looking for your defense to kind of release the ball a little bit, or how do you handle that?
I think first half we were trying to find that strategy to figure out how to break the pressure because, like Jenna said, it kind of shook us up a little bit in the first half. But I think as the time went on and as we had halftime, we were able to find the gaps and just keep the ball. And our team did really well with that in the second half. And I think that's when we started getting our chances a lot more. And
Coach, you touched on just, being able to get more chances. Obviously, that's what, soccer is about, being able to have the chances to put one in the back of the net. You touched on just the difference of the halves. Did you feel, that those chances were growing and that, you just thought something was going to give there?
Yeah, 100%. And we knew coming into the game that they weren't using a whole lot of players, right? They subbed, but they subbed kind of the same kids and not for very long. And as is the case when you play Arkansas, right? They can sustain that pressure for only so long, right? Unless they're going really, really deep into their bench. And I think you saw that the last 10 minutes of the first half. And I think they still managed some very challenging moments against us in the second half. But they were a more fatigued team in those final 60 minutes than they were in those first 30 minutes, right? And so we knew the game was going to slow down a little bit, right? And they weren't going to be able to sustain that kind of energy and pressure. And this might sound silly, but the fact that we were building in our half, not in front of their bench, like it's unlike anything I've experienced before, right? And so we're just playing, and their pressure wasn't as great. It was still there, right? And they caused us some problems, but I think we gained some confidence, right? And they got tired.
And Coach, just following up off of that, to be going to a college cup, what does it mean?
I mean, it's obviously unique. It's my first as a head coach. It's the standard here. It's old hat for these two, right? And a lot in that locker room, and a lot of kids in that locker room, and I'm pretty lucky to be their coach. And as we went through the ACC and the ACC tournament, right? We leaned on them a lot. Right? And Jenna's talking about the experience, right? There's no substitute for that. There's no substitute for it. So, I feel like at the end of the day, maybe that this means that we didn't let the kids down, right? And that we've been able to maintain what is a very, very high standard. I mean, Mark Krikorian built this thing, and he's been the best in the business, and I've said that ad nauseum, but deservedly so, because he built a monster, right? And for us to be sitting here right now, going back to it, obviously there's some satisfaction and some gratification that hopefully we didn't let this group down.
I guess for any of you, just what was that atmosphere like tonight? I mean, there's people on Stadium Drive behind you, and hundreds of people in the parking garage. Just
Amazing.
Overall, what was it like?
great.
Amazing. I mean, we had an NCAA administrative meeting yesterday morning, and they told us they were already getting close to, stopping selling tickets. And I said, no, there's no such thing. I was like, we just keep selling them. And then I got a call this morning at like 10 or 11 saying, okay, we're about at the brink. But thankfully the ticker was still rolling while they were still thinking about it. And I think we got close to like 2,500. And then to see all the different levels, in the garage and behind the goal, that's a big deal. Here we talk about their bench and what they were trying to get going. We had 2,500 people behind our kids, and it's a big deal. And then to be able to win and celebrate with our fans, it's everything. And that's why, again, you play the season to be a number one seed. Days like this matter, right? If I used to say when I was in the SEC, at Arkansas is where teams go to die, right? It's a really hard place to play, right? Carolina went there and lost. Duke has gone there and lost. And our regular season got us here tonight. Much rather play that team on our home soil than at their place.
I'm sure it's just a coincidence that the two stars of the games are business majors. I'll just throw that out there. Jenna, is it a little bittersweet, your last home game?
Did you just pat your own back?
No. I'll let you do that one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously so grateful for my 4 years, and like Brian was saying, for the crowd to be what it was just something so special. I think without the crowd tonight, we wouldn't have been able to get the win and to keep fighting for 90 minutes. And it's just, I'm so happy that my last home game, my last game in front of my fans is just something, the fans, it's like a win, and it's just a great way to go out here.
I thought you'd break news and say, no, I'm coming back.
Surprise! No, I'm going. Yeah, sorry. But it's been a good 4 years.